In this week's What the Tech video, I want to take a look at Equatio. This is a new solution to be able to help you put equations, math or science equations, and be able to put those into your Google Docs. So let's go ahead and take a look at Equatio. Let's take a look at how you get it, how you use it, and then talk about some of the options as well. First, start off at the Chrome Web Store. Go ahead and search for Equatio, and it should be the first extension that shows up when you type that in. You'll just go ahead and click Add to Chrome over here, and once it's already been added, it'll look as this one does, where it's green. So once it's been added, you'll notice it appears up here with the other extensions that you may have installed. And now we're ready to move to a Google Doc and actually try this out. So here I am at a Google Doc, and I'm ready to add my equations into my document now. So I'm going to move up to the Equatio icon up in the extensions tray. And that's going to open up my equation editor. Now if I need to type in just a simple equation, you can go ahead and add that in. You just kind of type what you need and paste it in there. You click Insert Math, and it will stick that as a small image into your document. Now, sometimes though you need more complicated symbols. For example, maybe I need to represent a cube, something cubed. So I'm going to move over here, and I've grabbed it from the library of common equation formats and functions and characters and things like that. And then here I can just go move in and edit it. So now that I have 2 cubed here, I can go ahead and insert that, and it'll paste it in right after wherever my cursor was. It's now essentially an image, so you can move this around as needed, to do whatever you need to do with it. And this is one of the ways that you can insert in these different characters. So there are quite a few to choose from here as well. Including some pre-built equations that are very common, all the way up through matrices and things like that as well. So keep that in mind. But there are other ways that you can add in the math here. So let me clear this out. You also have the LaTeX equation editor here as well. So if you're familiar with that math language, you can go ahead and use that here. However, this tool is really designed to kind of enable you to move away from that sort of sophisticated code to be able to put in your math equations. So the next one that's on here is the handwriting function, and this one is, I think, very neat. So if I want, I can go ahead and just write in what I want, and it will interpret that. You'll notice it's got the square in there and everything and the symbols, and when I'm ready I can go ahead and insert that math, and it'll put it right into my document. I'm going to talk about this again in a moment when we talk a little bit about some of the options with this, but let's move on to the next one. This is the fourth way that you can add in equations, and that is under speech input. So if I turn on the speech input, and all I need to do is click this little record button right here, and I'll be able to say what I want to put in there, and it should translate it into text, and then I can insert it in. So let's go ahead and give that a try. 2x minus 4 equals 10. And there you can see it's taken my text, interpreted that into the math equation, and it does a very good job of doing this. I've noticed it's very consistent across the board. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and insert that math as well into your document and move on from there. So this is great if you're formulating different documents for your students, or creating notes or anything like that. Very powerful tool. Now the time may come where you actually need to go back and edit one of these. So if you click on this and then hit extract math down here, it'll grab what you had originally written in, and you can go ahead and change that as necessary. So you can kind of make edits to that if needed. So keep that in mind as well. Now Equatio does sort of a freemium deal here. So there are many free features, but there are also some that are paid, and I want to make sure that I acknowledge that up front here. So the things that are free, I've tried to do my best to show you only the free options, the ones that you're going to have access to ongoing. When you first sign up, you'll get a 30-day trial of all of the features, and there are some cool ones in there. But ongoing, you'll always have that Google Docs integration like I just showed you. The speech input is always there. This is where I wanted to mention the handwriting again. The handwriting recognition, you only get 2 per day. So depending on how you or your students are using it, that may still be enough. You always have the LaTeX editor as well. You have math to speech. So if you're taking advantage of, say, ReadWrite or some of these other tools that can read that math back to you, that can be helpful. And you can always resize those images as well. Beyond that, just to kind of talk about what do you get with the premium version, you get some Google Forms integration, which is very exciting, but again, does cost a little bit of money. You also get some prediction, and this is actually very powerful and very useful as well. I had that. I didn't use that one in the video because I wanted to really show you the free options, but there are some very cool math and chemistry predictions. So if you simply type in a chemistry formula, like for a certain compound or something, it will automatically interpret that and add in the subscripts and the superscripts and everything that's needed for that. And then you also get the unlimited handwriting recognition as well. So really you do get a fair amount with the free options. There's a couple things in there that aren't included unless you get the premium, but really overall it is a very powerful tool, and if you've been struggling with adding equations into your Google Docs in the past, this is probably going to be a good solution for you.